Mom. I just got here at BMT. Here's my address.
This week has been rough.
I can't even tell you how many times I've been yelled at already. God, I've never been so tired.
I didn't know making a bed could bruise my knuckles.
More than 1.5 miles. Let's go.
I took my first PT test today.
I didn't think I could run that fast.
We have to do so many push-ups.
Let's go.
Push it.
But it hasn't been all bad.
I'm actually starting to make a lot of new friends. Hearing my name during mail call keeps me going.
Getting letters from you means the world to me.
It really made the weeks fly by.
Finally got our names on our uniforms. I never thought I could put an M16 together so fast.
The gas chamber was the worst experience so far.
I got my dog tags today.
It really makes me feel like I'm a part of something much bigger than myself.
Forward, hard.
It has not been easy, but we're so close to being done.
I've screwed up some things, but my wingmen have really helped me out.
We've learned so much.
Everything's going by so fast now.
We've become a real team.
When we first got here, we made a lot of mistakes, but now our flight's really coming together.
We've passed all our final exams, and we are so ready to become airmen.
Where? Here?
Mm-hmm. So, right in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be, put a little line here because I'm going to have you read this first. It's going to say, from the 37 Training Wing, the command.
So this first, and then... I am Master Sergeant Michelle Armour from the 321st Training Squadron, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. Today's event is a celebration of the remarkable achievements of these graduating airmen. It is also a ceremony that both teaches and appreciates our United States military heritage. Over the last 7.5 weeks, these airmen have been transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warrior airmen with the foundation to serve in the world's greatest United States Air and Space Force. Once these airmen leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in their unique specialties. They will then transition on to numerous bases around the world, some working directly with our sister services. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. These airmen have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of our official party and the playing of the national anthem. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Sneed.
If it's your custom, I invite you to pray with me. Almighty God, we gather to celebrate the completion of this challenging training for these new warrior airmen in the world's greatest and most prominent air and space force. They now join a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. We thank you for everyone who played a role to make this day and ceremony a reality, for the determination of the airmen, and for the love and support of family and friends. We're grateful for the dedication, devotion, and skill of the MTIs and staff. They tirelessly serve daily to ensure the trainees are prepared to be warrior airmen and leaders in our Air Force. We ask your blessings on these airmen as they start a new journey. Walk with the days ahead. May they face each new day with confidence and vigor, never to turn from its difficulties, never to evade its challenges, and never to escape its duties. I pray they'll be mindful of the responsibilities placed upon them, and they'll live out the core values in both their personal and professional lives, instilling in them a lasting commitment to integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all things. In all the days ahead, give them your divine gifts of patience, compassion, and the drive to excel. Bless each of us with wisdom, courage, and strength for the responsibilities that lie before us, and help us to always persevere, and may we always continue to depend on you for strength and guidance. Almighty God, we're facing some difficult days in our world. Help us to stand in the gap and be beacons of hope and light. And we're reminded that darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. And hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. For such a time as this, help us to live by the words of the prophet Micah, to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Finally, we ask your blessings upon our airmen, our men and women serving around the world in harm's way, defending our freedoms. We're grateful for their sacrifice and service to our nation. We ask all these things in your almighty name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Sneed. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's basic military training graduation ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander and Superintendent, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base, San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Michael Newsom, and Chief Master Sergeant Larry Gaitan. From the 37th Training Wing, the Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Stefan Blazier. The Commander and Superintendent, 321st Training Squadron, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Lieutenant Colonel Lucretia Merkel, and Chief Master Sergeant Thomas Gary. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. This morning, we pay special tribute to the men and women before us. They have successfully completed all graduation requirements and have demonstrated that they are ready to take their place as airmen in the world's greatest Air Force. We will mark their transition today from trainees to airmen by presenting them with the coveted Airman's Coin. Today's ceremony celebrates the remarkable accomplishments of this graduating class. Our nation's future rests upon the dedication of this new class of warriors who we honor today. Chief Master Sergeant Gary, the Superintendent, 321st Training Squadron, will now say a few words.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen watching via live stream, and congratulations to our new airmen. Airmen, you're joining a team of professionals dedicated to integrity, service, and excellence. The Airman's Coin you receive today may seem as a simple coin, but it carries with it the history and heritage of our airmen. The men and women who have come before you have airlifted troops and supplies into the jungles of Vietnam, executed precision airstrikes in the deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan. They've delivered humanitarian aid to villages in both Africa and South America. They've launched missiles and flown satellites. They've defended airstrips and strengthened partnerships. They've stood on the North Pole, the South Pole, and everywhere in between. With the title of Airman, you join the most powerful fighting force the planet has ever seen. In the eyes of the world, you must remain motivated through all adversity, resilient in the face of tragedy, and above all, be the personification of air dominance. Because rest assured, enemies of our way of life are constantly watching and waiting for you to waver. But they're not the only ones watching. Veterans, families, and the American public will look to you in times of trouble because they saw those who have come before you and trust that you will live up to the example set by those great heroes. You're joining a heritage rich with valor, honor, and immense air power. In just 72 years, we have become the premier Air Force in the world, but we can and will be better, and you will take us there. We have the utmost faith in you because every time you recite the Airman's Creed, you adamantly proclaim that you will not fail, and we believe you. Airmen, there's one last thing that I want you to know. From this moment forward, you and I, we are wingmen. You are my brothers and sisters in arms, and above all, you are an American Airman. Congratulations. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the venerable Airman's Coin. The lore of military coins have many colorful, if only suspected, origins. However, a popular story stems from American volunteer-formed flying squadrons in France during World War I. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave these medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces took all of the pilot's possessions, except for the pilot's medallion that he had around his neck. While in a confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped. After crossing the front lines to safety, he came across a French outpost where the French initially thought him a saboteur until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, there are many military units that have developed their own unique coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins in recognition of outstanding performances and achievements. The coin the airmen received today is unique in that it originates here at the gateway to the Air Force and is only given to those who complete the rigorous course of instruction and cross into the blue. On one side of the coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides, as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the original military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the date, 1947, the birthday of the United States Air Force. And around the rim of the coin, the venerable core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the new recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in the half circle above the new Air Force emblem is our motto: aim high, fly, fight, win. And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all those who see this is inscribed: awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force.
Congratulations, Airmen. Now how about that squadron pride? Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as our newest airmen recite the Airman's Creed. I am an American airman. Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 321st Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Merkel.
All right, let me begin by saying to the families, I can only imagine how disappointed you are that you can't be physically here to support your loved ones. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted us with our nation's treasure, your sons and daughters. Your support has pushed these airmen to successfully complete basic military training and join the world's greatest Air Force. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your support and your encouragement, but more importantly, thank you for your trust. It is my great honor to hold the ceremony introducing 435 airmen from the 321st Training Squadron as our nation's newest airmen. First, I want to talk about a group of people that made this day possible for so many young Americans. To the military training instructors, thank you. You have invested yourselves into every individual in your flight and have molded them into airmen of character that embody our core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Through your leadership, you have inspired each airman in your flight, and as a result, you personally ensure our newest airmen embody our hope for the future of our nation's security. The airmen standing before us today are your legacy. You should be proud of the fact that you make our Air Force better with every airman you train. And to our newest airmen, thank you for your willingness to answer our nation's call. You have completed 7.5 weeks of rigorous training. Most importantly, you learn our core values of integrity, service, and excellence. These foundational skills and values will guide you through your technical training as you learn and hone the unique skills of your career field. Soon, you will join your first operational units and begin defending America in the air and space domains. Ladies and gentlemen, you have become your nation's warriors, and we're counting on you. I charge you to be true to your calling as airmen, live our core values, and never stop growing, learning, and innovating. If you do, we will always remain the world's greatest air and space force. Congratulations. I just have one question for you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest air and space force? I think they're ready.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Merkel. Instructors, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Colonel Newsom will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Now please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulation and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, Airmen, and welcome to the world's greatest air and space force. Congratulations.
Thank you, Colonel Newsom. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of the Air Force song and the departure of our official party.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Flight 405, led by Technical Sergeant Wesley Berry, military training instructor, hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Flight 406, led by Staff Sergeant Samuel Anderson, military training instructor, hometown, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Flight 407, led by Technical Sergeant Jeremy Chev, military training instructor, hometown, Tucson, Arizona. Flight 408, led by Technical Sergeant Ryan Clockow, military training instructor, hometown, South Bend, Indiana. Flight 409, led by Technical Sergeant Travis Cole, military training instructor, trainer, hometown, Hermiston, Oregon. Flight 410, led by Technical Sergeant Ian Eichhorn, military training instructor, hometown, Newport News, Virginia. Flight 411, led by Technical Sergeant Michael Arkin, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Flight 412, led by Staff Sergeant Christina Prado, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Wellington, Florida. Flight 413, led by Technical Sergeant Gabriel Mir, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Rio Pedreas, Puerto Rico. Flight 414, led by Technical Sergeant Patrick O'Neill, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Columbus, Ohio. Flight 415, led by Technical Sergeant Trevor Wiggins, military training instructor, hometown, Newburgh, New York. Flight 416, led by Technical Sergeant Quincy Kenton, military training instructor, hometown, Gibbon, Nebraska. Flight 417, led by Technical Sergeant Nathan Field, military training instructor, hometown, Yorba Linda, California. Flight 418, led by Technical Sergeant Cordero Saunders, military training instructor, hometown, Lynchburg, Virginia. Flight 419, led by Technical Sergeant Jordan Gonzalez, military training instructor, hometown, New Bedford, Massachusetts. Flight 420, led by Master Sergeant Guadalupe Morales, military training instructor, hometown, Roswell, New Mexico. Flight 421, led by Technical Sergeant Christopher Mann, military training instructor, hometown, Clovis, New Mexico.